Greetings and salutations, friends. Today we're going to be playing some Rogue Trader 40k. I have with me here 4 friends who are going to be playing along in the dangerous universe of 40k. So, if you guys can introduce each other, starting with Captain Gibbs.
Hello, my name's Captain Gibbs.
And Alexis.
Congratulations. Amigo Queen Alexis. Love me.
Meowzilla.
I'm Meowzilla. I'm just crazy.
And Nerf.
I'm nerfed. Ew.
Right. So, we have all, of course, made the classes and everything, and you are currently on a spaceship, as you can tell by the rather obvious background.
White.
You are aboard the luxury liner the Oncephalese. The liner is meant for high-born dilettantes and their entourage, easily bored nobles that want to get away and experience some danger on the fringes of Imperial space. The ship is currently orbiting the planet Gert, a planet declared as a no-go zone by Imperial sector authorities, but the near space is not regulated. And while, of course, the Imperial nobles are out for some danger and excitement, they can't have too much danger, and so the luxury liner is escorted by the Cobra-class destroyer Sigeman Day.
Signum Day.
You're pretty much all just on the ship now. You all have signed up, more or less, or been forced to, depending on your circumstances, join the crew and the nobles on an excursion a little bit later today. So at the moment you're free to roam around the spaceship.
Do we know each other at all?
Yes, to a point. You've all been sharing the same habitation space for the last few weeks.
Okay.
Interesting. Stuck on board a spaceship with a bunch of gross idiots. Perfect.
Lovely.
I'm gonna follow our resident psyker around because I suspect there are signs of heresy.
Well, have any
I'm
of
not gonna
you
do anything. I'm just gonna look.
have any of you told anyone else about anything in particular? For example, Nerf, you are a psyker, but you haven't necessarily told anyone, so have you?
Well, there hasn't been any opportunity to actually use my powers to show them, and I don't think I've actually told anyone now.
Which would be smart.
Would.
I guess
So we in
Of course.
we're in the habitation block right now, right?
You're in what would essentially pass for the servants' quarters.
Fucking sweet.
So a little step below that. Got it.
Yes, the proper living quarters, the luxurious parts of the ship, are closer to the midsections. You, as being, expendable, are billeted near the outer hull.
That makes sense, I guess.
Do we have any of our weapons with us? Or no?
No, you have not been permitted to carry arms, because, well, servants.
Yeah. So what is everybody else? Seems how we've all known each other on the ship, except for, obviously, not Meow Nerf. We don't know who he is, really.
Well, you know I'm religious, and I talk about the God Emperor any chance I have.
Very reasonable.
You do know the God Emperor is not a god, right? He is nothing more than a man.
Well, to me, he's a god.
Whoa.
My God. You didn't say that in public, did you?
Whoa. Whoa.
We're gonna start triggering
Yes,
people
I just
here.
Free thinker.
Free thinker. Well, it's larger than life to me, at least.
Very
Once you've been
acceptive
through
of you.
death woes, you find out that your god doesn't look upon you.
So may
Savage. So mean. Poor Nerf.
I am. For me.
Alright, so what do you want to do? You can just, wait out the time until you're summoned to go down the planet, or you are free to explore the ship to certain extents. Like, you can't enter into the posh quarters, but other than that, you have more or less full reign.
I'm gonna go search for a weapon.
Okay.
Just
Not
outright with a
steal
weapon.
one for somebody.
First outright. I mean, I guess I'd just look around like the hangars or whatever.
If I have any duties to attend to, I will attend to my duties. That's what I
I'm going to
will.
wander the halls in search of heresy.
I'm gonna follow the guy searching for heresy.
Nah.
Alright. Well, you could try and find a weapon. It probably wouldn't be a particularly good chance, but you could make the attempt.
Yeah, I'll do that. If anything, I could probably steal one from a guard.
Oh
Yes.
my god. That's
That's a
escalating
good
things a bit.
start.
What? Dying first is the way I go.
No, that's my job.
Well, you may try a perception check.
What do I need to roll for that?
1d100.
They have a D100 on here? Yes, they do.
Yeah, you click the dice and then click low drop down.
54. Well, you wander the halls aimlessly for a while, looking for a weapon on a spaceship full of Imperial nobles who need to be protected. You find plenty of weapons. In fact, there are naval armsmen scattered all over the place with shotguns. However, you're going to have a hard time convincing one of them to give them their shotgun.
You gonna try anything, Ego?
I'm thinking about it.
Oh my god.
I would have walked back to the quarters. This seems stupid even for me.
Probably, yes.
Wait, are they heavily armed? Like, do they
Oh
have
my God.
armor on?
Yes, these are naval armsmen. They are wearing full flak vests. They are carrying combat shotguns, helmets. They're essentially Judge Dredd style motherfuckers.
So what you're saying is if I sucker punch one of them and knock him out, I get a whole bunch of gear.
If you sucker punch one of them and knock him
Sure,
out.
I am not going to do that.
How
But
long do you think you get to keep that?
Hey, I can bluff my way to keeping it.
Okay.
No, I'm going to return back to the quarters. This is too dangerous.
Wise choice.
I'm going
Right.
to continue to search for heresy. Have I found any?
No, you haven't found any. You've mostly found empty hallways and naval guardsmen.
It's too quiet. Something's
Why
afoot.
for it so good?
Well, you wander the halls doing nothing specific until you're all called to the central embarkation deck, where there are ships waiting to take you, as along with several of the crew members down to the surface. The guests, the proper guests, are of course sent down in their own shuttles.
I see.
Guess we'll have to wait then.
Oh,
Do we get to bring anything with?
no. Well, you have your clothes, which is just basic clothing.
Better than nothing, I guess.
Hey, how much does that psyker weigh?
Oh god.
How much do I weigh?
Yeah, this is important.
Huh.
Because if we run into a motherfucker, I want to hit him with another motherfucker.
Well, wait, we don't actually know he is a psyker, though, so you have to, like, pretend ignorance kind of thing.
Okay, how much does the scrawniest guy in our squad weigh?
Probably more than you could comfortably pick up and swing at something.
Damn, we're all morbidly obese.
A morbidly obese psyker.
It's a pretty thought.
It's not obese at all. No, that's true.
Yeah,
It's
for
pretty
five.
scrawny. That is. But it's tall though. Like almost 180, 190 meters.
Good to know. Well, you're all herded into the various transports. They're bulk haulers mostly. There's not a whole lot of comfort there, but the ride down is relatively smooth, everything considered. And you are eventually landed on the planet, where you're unloaded and ordered around to do various tasks to set up the camp. The camp itself is a bit of an interesting affair. It's essentially a medieval fair, practically. It is deliberately rustic. It is meant to look improvised. The paying customers come here for adventure and danger, and the camp is constructed to convey this, while still offering the usual luxuries. It essentially looks exactly like a medieval fair.
Interesting.
You're all billeted in the same tent, since you come from the same working quarter, and you're given a few basic tasks, but for the most part, you're down there in case they need extra help, so you don't have any full-on duties, and you're free to wander the campgrounds as long as you don't bother the nobles.
I think I'm gonna use my psycho senescence and, well, just meditate and use that and see if there's any, well, results of demon activity or powers at all. Psychic powers.
Alright, try a roll.
Let's see, then there's a... I think I use just a D100, right, for this one?
Yep, 1d100.
What? 26. And do I add my willpower for this one, or...?
No, it's just a roll. Why
Okay.
is it in the strange box?
Because I use a cool macro, you know.
See.
Looks better, doesn't it?
Alright, well, you sit down to meditate for several hours, essentially. And you don't get any, feedback. Then again, this is a very difficult test at the moment, since you are in the middle of a camp full of fat nobles laughing, whining, whoring, whinging, etc. There's a fair bit of background noise, shall we say.
Concentration ain't easy, okay.
It's, yes, you're essentially trying to listen to a band on stage 300 meters away in a fully packed festival.
Well, if the noise becomes too great, I would try to find somewhere else to use the power. Alright.
You could try to leave the camp, but you know for certain that the guards would try and stop you.
Okay, well, I guess I wouldn't leave the camp. I wouldn't go that far.
Right, anyone else wants to do a perception test? In fact, do a perception test for me so I can see, what you can tell.
I was gonna say, just roll.
Yep.
I'm actually going to look at some of these, the things that are passing off as, like, the carnival folk, the medieval guys. Seeing if they are, in fact, like, actually trained, or if they're just swinging around whatever they have wildly like idiots.
Secret heretics.
I'm looking for fucking heretics.
69. Of course I get a fucking 69.
Of course, yeah. Oh, I think the only one who really knows what he's looking for at the moment is Meowzilla. So, basically...
Well, I have awareness. Does that help?
Not enough, unfortunately.
Okay.
However, Meowzilla has done more than good enough a role to answer most questions, put it like that. Basically, you wander around the camp, it's exactly what it looked like at first glance. Like, it's obviously... It's got an air of just fakeness to it, especially for people like you who haven't lived in imperial nobility. Especially you, Ego, that come from a death world. Like, this is obviously a sham, a charade. For example, you see a particularly fat specimen of imperial nobility that is carried aloft on a sofa of sorts by 4 servants. The massively obese man is dressed in what he probably thinks is frontiersman clothing. A brown silken shirt with some fur on the shoulders and black cotton pants. To finish off the ensemble, he wears a wide-brimmed hat with a long horsetail attached to the top, drooping down behind him. He's essentially cosplaying as a cowboy.
I want that hat.
Just
You
that's
can,
why I'm Death World too.
Yeah, okay. You can also tell that the locals, as you've been told many times, there are local guides walking around, local hosts. It's plainly obvious that none of these people are from the planet. You recognize several of them from the ship, and well, it's pretty damn fucking obvious that they're not frontiersmen either, shall we say.
I look at them with disdain, shaking my head, just wondering how people get so fat and lazy.
That is something that is worth wondering.
Waste of space.
Are there stands or something in this area where they sell stuff? Or
Yeah, in fact, as you prepare as you approach, the middle of the camp, you see a massive fire pit where one of the so-called locals is dressed up in what can only describe you as a grox herder outfit, while he's roasting what looks like a pig on a spit. Several people have congregated around the show to watch this authentic food preparation, but you can't help but notice that there's a stall selling grox burgers less than 7 meters away.
Grox burgers. Huh. Do they look appetizing at all?
No, the meat is grey.
Grey. Well, I think I'll keep away from that, unless I notice something particularly weird about the whole occurrence.
Well, pretty much all of the food you can find is, totally edible. It's normal food, but it's deliberately low-class food, mass-produced food for the poor and the downtrodden masses. Again, very much so in keeping with the supposedly rustic affair of the camp.
I don't know, this is the only thing that looks authentic to me.
Shitty burgers.
From a terrible planet, yes.
You're not given any specific further instructions. You were asked to do some heavy lifting earlier in the day, but basically there's nothing in particular going on. If there's not any particular information you want to look for, that is.
Is anybody selling weapons?
No, there's no one selling weapons. There is a firing range down near the outskirts of the camp where fat nobles use underpowered las weapons to shoot at stationary targets, representing, animals of prey. Some of them even move.
Wow, these guys have
The
some...
fat people or the targets?
The targets, mostly, though the fat people do jiggle and glisten in the sun.
Oh, nasty.
I wanna sit around that campfire and actually tell stories from a death world. Scare the shit out of these nobles.
Well, you could try to get their attention. A fellowship test to story tell at them.
D100?
Yep.
Oh boy.
Alright. Well, you approach the bonfire and you try, as eloquently as you can, being a paranoid individual from a death world, to talk to these nobles, but it doesn't go very well. They mostly ignore you.
Just like my YouTube channel.
Pretty much, yes.
Sanatal here wants to figure out if there's anything unusual going on in the camp, if people are talking about something going wrong or anything like that. Could I overhear something, or...?
Yeah, you could try. Roll a perception test.
Perception. 100 again. Yeah.
Oh. You wander around the camp, you brain yourself on a tent pole,
Oh.
but you don't get a whole lot of information. It's just the general banter. You don't overhear anything particularly interesting. Fat people laughing at crewmen LARPing as frontiersmen, essentially.
Okay. The guards are not talking about anything
Now,
unique.
there are proper guards, naval armsmen, standing around the edges of the camp, in between the trees. They're clearly trying not to be seen, obviously. They're trying to not impose upon the affair.
They're more there to protect the area, not to be talked to ever.
Yes.
Okay. Well, I won't approach them.
I would approach them. I want to ask them... Well, I want to ask them what they're guarding against. Like, what do they think can come after these people?
Well, you already know the answer to that. They're just standing around guarding against whatever. As far as the crew is concerned, this is a fairly safe planet. this is exactly why they went to this planet. It's far enough from the homeworld star, so to say, to be considered the frontier, but there's absolutely nothing suggesting that there would be anything on this planet that could be dangerous. There's some wild rumors, but nothing to be taken seriously.
I'm gonna go bug the psyker.
You are free to go bug the psyker.
Can I walk around the edges of the camp and like just inspect what borders it? The camp, is it just all forest?
Yeah, of course. Do a perception test.
Right.
Pretty
yeah,
good.
actually passed.
Right, you spend the next hour or two just circling the camp. It's pretty large. It's made up of these cotton tents that have been put up in a hurry. But as soon as you leave the center of the camp, you start seeing the real nature of it. There's all kinds of cooking tents and storage facilities where you see good old-fashioned high-tech equipment. You also happen across the command tent, which is a large prefab, almost bunker sort complex with some cotton draped over it to try and hide the fact that underneath it's just a prefabbed bunker that's been dropped down. You can't tell out exactly what it's made of, but it looks like some kind of plasteel substance, probably brought down on a lander.
Has it been there for a while, or does it look like it was just recently put there?
I know, it's been brought down along with everything else. It just acts like the command center. It's got tons of communications equipment on the roof, radar dishes, all kinds of stuff.
So the central hub of the entire affair kind of thing?
Yeah, it doesn't look military. It's just a communication place where they can communicate with the ships in orbit.
Oh, okay.
As for the rest, you can't see anything that would look like clearing. It seems to be pretty thick forest in all directions. The camp itself has clearly been cleared out quite recently, but it was obviously a large clearing to begin with. You see a few stubs here and there, but it must have been a fairly large clearing.
Alright, so I didn't notice anything in peculiar with like the forest surrounding. Are we like completely inside of a forest, like in a grove kind of thing?
Yes, as far as you can tell, there doesn't seem to be any end, so to say, of the forest around you. Wherever you go, as you stare into the forest, you just see more forest. It's made up of massive old pine trees. The ground itself is almost covered in these dead pine needles and stuff like that. It's been mostly cleared out of the camp area, however, and you find a few small mounds of pine needles that have been swept out of it.
Ah, makes sense. Alright. I'll get back to my duties. That's interesting.
Gonna wander the camp looking for trouble.
God damn.
Well, I mean, there's a lot of fat nobles standing around. I'm sure you could poke one of them and find some trouble.
I could intimidate one of them.
My God.
I want that hat.
The all-important hat.
God damn.
Right. Well, you don't find anything else particularly interesting. Meowzilla, while wandering the camp, you do come across something that might be an opportunity.
What do I see?
You've wandered out of the main camp itself and into the supply area. Nobody's really paying you any attention because you're just another servant wandering around and you're not cosplaying, so they assume you're just another worker doing whatever he's been told to do. And out to the back of the command area, the command building, you do find what looks to be a small arms depot.
Boy.
Do I see anybody around there?
There's a naval armsman standing outside, looking bored, eating a shitty hamburger.
I want a shitty hamburger.
I'm going to attempt to enter the arms depot.
Okay, you're just gonna try and walk in?
Excuse me.
Alright.
Sounds like my kind of plan.
Well, as you approach the door, the bored guardsman just munches his hamburger, looks up at you and goes like, "What do you want?"
I am in search of heresy.
Oh my God.
He gives you a rather quizzical look, as if he's not entirely sure whether or not you're fucking with him or not. And he just goes like, no.
Have you seen any heresy, young guardsman?
Where did the heresy touch you?
You know, he just generally looks a little bit uncomfortable about this person asking him about heresy, and mostly ignores you after the first, the first exchange of words, probably assuming you're insane.
Quite possibly. Still, nonetheless, I must search this building for heresy.
Okay, now that makes him perk up, however. Well, you try to enter, I'm assuming, and he stands up and like puts a hand on your chest and goes like, "Hey, no, 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 no."
He touched me.
Oh my God.
He did touch
I'm
you.
gonna push him. I'm gonna push him because he touched me.
No. Shit.
We're gonna
God
get
damn it.
killed on the initiation mission.
Correction. I'm gonna get killed.
Do,
Nuh-uh, I'll join you.
do I notice this at any point? Or am I in another place?
Yeah, I'd like to know too.
Well, anyone who wants to try and notice can
Roll.
a perception, I suppose.
I want to notice. God dang.
Well, Alexis notices. The rest of you.
I'm gonna go running towards it. I want to die.
Oh my God. Well, we tried to stop him.
Tried our best.
Right. Well, if you want to try and push the guardsman, that would be a strength test.
For fuck's sake.
Nope.
God damn. I like fell.
Yeah,
Wait,
no.
what does your character look like?
Well, at the moment, he looks like a scruffy homeless man being pushed away by the guardsman. Like, you're trying to push your way past him, but he's just standing there like, no. He's not entirely sure what to make of this. Like, he hasn't seen you as
I'm gonna-
trying anything hostile yet. He just thinks you're a crazy person trying to force his way into the armory.
Wait, is he on the ground?
No, he's standing up now.
Alright, I'm gonna make my presence known, and I'm just gonna look at them and shake my head. Just stop it. Just, come on, come back to the camp. Stop being dumb.
Okay.
A voice of reason.
Well, another guardsman approaches, pulling up his pants. He was around the back having a piss, apparently.
Oh my God.
And he just looks at this and just like, what's happening? And the other guardsman just looks at him back and just,
God damn it.
Neither of them really knows what to make of this situation.
Very well. I'll leave you be. For now.
For now.
If you see any heresy,
I'll be sure to let you know, one of them says after you.
good.
Excuse my friend, he's very stupid.
Yeah, no, they haven't seen you as hostile or anything. Like, the insanity of this is really what saved you, because he doesn't fucking understand what has even happened here, so...
What kind of weapons do they have?
Well, you don't know, do you?
Didn't look.
No, I don't.
Ends up outside the camp.
I'm
Where
just
am
gonna
I?
walk back to the camp.
Did you though?
Oh, yeah, that's, well, it's just looking at their weapons. I can't critically fail that too hard, so... Yes.
Well, how do you fail to look at something is my question.
Yeah, exactly, no.
I
She
closed
just,
my eyes.
Distracted.
She just tried to identify the weapons. You're not sure what it is, but it's obviously some form of shotgun. That's all you know.
Okay,
I'm
so I
gonna
just don't know the
take-
make and model.
No.
I'm gonna take note of where this building is in the camp.
That's probably a smart idea. Well, when you return to to your quarters, which are relatively near to the main area of festivities, you know that it's about 150 odd meters away. It's, you could probably get there. You'll definitely know the way. It's a bit cluttered, but it shouldn't be a problem.
Good.
So
Right.
what was your plan if you got in?
Grab a gun and get out again, I assume.
I mean, I don't even know. We're just gonna see if we can get in there. Cross that bridge later.
Detailed planning, I like it.
Oh my God.
Wing it. That's my strategy.
Alright, anyone else have any other ridiculous ideas?
No.
I'm gonna
Okay.
stay out of trouble and attend to my duties.
Well, the day continues to pass. You do notice that you've been down on the planet for something along the lines of 6 hours now. You've had something to eat. And the shuttle that should be starting to bring people back haven't arrived yet. A lot of the fat Imperial nobles are starting to get a little bit rowdy about this. They're clearly getting a bit sick of the authentic entertainment, and they want to head back up to their plush, luxurious apartments about the ship. But there is no sign of it. The crew itself just do their best to try and, pacify the situation with new and exciting things, like how to roast a pig for the 7th fucking time in a row.
God damn.
Meowzilla, you do notice, however, that there do seem to be a bit of a disturbance from the general crew. Like, the ones in costume are still doing their thing, but the guys in uniform, both on the outskirts of the camp and in the supply camp, you can notice that they're moving a little bit faster. Like, they're not, panicked or anything, but they're definitely moving with some sort of urgency.
I'm gonna go up to one of them.
Okay, well, you stop one of the crewmen. He's just a young lad dressed up in a powder blue uniform. He's probably a serf like you.
I'm gonna ask him what's wrong, what's happening.
And he looks you over and just goes like, well, the shuttle's delayed. I don't know anything more than that. We were told to pack up camp regardless, but to do it quick. Haven't you been told to?
No. Son, I'm not one of these fat, lazy nobles. Tell me what you know.
He just shrugs his shoulder, like he doesn't really know anymore. They've been told to pack up camp, but without anywhere to put the stuff, people are just running around packing shit and then moving the stuff they just packed.
Who told you to pack up the camp? Who's in charge?
Well, Captain, of course.
Where's the captain?
Over in the command building.
Where's the command building?
God damn it.
He looks at you a little bit quizzically and just points towards the big structure with all of the antennas on it.
Thank you, little one. Go about your business.
Right. Yeah, nothing else seems to be really transpiring. You do notice, however, that there is a small group of people coming from said command building heading towards the center of the little medieval fair now. You do recognize one of them as the captain.
Gonna walk over to the captain.
Okay.
Captain, my captain. Anyway.
You head towards him. You don't get near him. You get blocked by one of the naval armsmen, who are clearing a path for the man.
I'll ask the armsman who blocked me. What's happening here?
Captain's off to address the knobs.
Where's the shuttle?
How the fuck should I know?
Well, ask the captain.
He looks at you as if you're crazy, like as if an armsman would just go like, "Oh right, I'll totally wander over to the captain and ask him."
Son, I'm not one of these fat, lazy nobles.
Well, you can go listen to him.
What I've lived to.
No, he just tells you that the captain is going to address the knobs now, so.
Fine, I'll just follow the group along and see if I can hear whenever the captain addresses.
Yeah, he wanders into the middle of the camp.
Am I around there that I can overhear this, or at least be aware of it?
Oh yeah, all of you have noticed. The fat nobles are standing in a big fat circle at the moment, loudly ranting along and bitching about how they want to go home. So you've noticed.
Alright, I'm gonna walk up to them then.
The captain gets on a podium in the middle of all of this, basically, and starts his little speech. There has been a minor problem with the shuttle. We expect it to be rectified shortly and have you all back aboard within a couple of hours. To distract you until then, your local guides, the captain points towards a group of what can only be described as cosplayers, will take you for a real-life hunting expedition. Many of the nobles seems quite pleased with this. The murmuring changes rapidly. They're clapping their pudgy little hands and seem genuinely excited about this. To tell you about this exciting new event, made especially for you fine folks, I will hand the podium to this planet's finest hunter, Muknik Gagarin. The captain waves over a big savage-looking man dressed in a tanned leather jacket with several furs hanging off every conceivable nook and cranny. The words
Peter, get 'em.
Davy Crockett, for some reason, springs to mind. The big savage essentially starts going on about how the nobles will be taking on a dangerous hunt into the forest. How normal men could not possibly be expected to survive, but you fine folk, the cream of the Imperium. As long as you stay with your local guys, you should surely conquer the hostile world, blah blah blah. Full-on sales pitch. The fat nobles are very happy about this. They're getting quite rowdy.
I'm gonna go along with them. That actually sounds fun. Mostly because I want to giggle at all these idiots.
I
don't
have to see
think we
this
could
legendary
join the
hunter.
nobles, but could we get on our own expedition sometime?
You could possibly get into the groups, yes.
How do we go about
That would be interesting. I would like to do that.
As this is all going on, the day has started to creep to an end. It's starting to get dark outside. You can see a bunch of the other uniformed crew members. They're running around. They're just setting up torches inside of the camp itself. And off in the distance, you can see what looks like floodlights being erected around the camp itself to provide light. The knobs are starting to gather up into little groups, all gathering around one scrawny little cosplaying crew member with a torch, who's telling them all about the dangers of the forest, la-di-la-di-la-la.
I'm gonna laugh at him.
So, now what? What are you going to do?
Wander into the forest in the dark alone.
Oh,
That's an option.
I guess.
You guys want to come with?
Well, if you ask us, I'd join.
That's what I'm doing.
Oh my
I know
God.
about that ammo building. With the
Yeah.
cover of darkness, we might be able to get into it. Get us some proper weapons. Just
But I
in case
inquire-
we end up seeing-
Why we need these weapons?
Yeah, why?
Just
This is a
in
peaceful
case.
planet.
Yeah, I
Just
mean,
in case. I don't trust this.
what if
Everybody's
we're caught with these weapons, huh? We're serfs. We're not armsmen.
Also, the cover of darkness is true enough, but the camp itself is well lit, so it wouldn't be much cover of darkness.
so all we have to do is take out the lights.
Yes,
What the-
you need to run around smashing floodlights and putting out torches, and then
That
sneak
won't get
into the
noticed.
armament building.
Alright guys, you go and do this. I'll get to the armory.
I want to
Perhaps-
go on an expedition. I
Perhaps
wanna
if we
see
go on the
a fat noble get
expedition,
eaten.
we will have a chance of getting one of the weapons via an accident or something, versus storming the ammo bunker.
Oh, this does seem like a really bad idea. Unless you know something we don't that we need to know.
Yeah, because I feel like we're gonna
Hint.
die.
Well,
Unless
the
you know
bunker is
something,
only-
why would we do this?
The bunker's only guarded by 2 people. There's 4 of us. 2 of us distract, 2 of us go in.
To armed people. You?
Distract them.
Distract them. Yes, and get shot. Perhaps
Don't need
maybe
to get
we should.
shot. Just talk to them. Tell them you saw something in the woods. These
Yeah,
people
but
are
then they-
probably more paranoid than me.
We realize the ammunition bunker, though, is at the center of the camp. So they'd just be like, well, just go tell one of the armsmen out by the border.
That still takes away one guardsman.
Well, no, they'll probably tell us to fuck off, essentially, is what I'm trying to say.
Well, so long as they're telling you and not me, I can get in.
Are you going to kill the armsman?
Oh my god.
No.
So what happens when he wakes up?
I didn't say knock him out. I said distract him.
I don't think your sneak is high enough for this. I think perhaps something should intervene and stop this line of thinking.
I wish to see a fat noble get eaten by whatever is going to hunt them.
I
I like
second
what this
this
guy's
notion.
saying. Let's
Yeah,
go watch a noble get eaten.
That sounds brilliant. I'm so
I
sick
can
of
tell
the
you
fat
right
fucks.
now, they're walking on a game trail. Those people are going to die regardless. We should arm ourselves and be ready for whatever comes back to us.
How the hell? How do you know?
I don't know anything about danger. This planet's supposed to be safe, dude.
Every planet is supposed to be safe.
Aren't you being a bit paranoid about all this?
Yeah, I
No,
have to
I'm
agree.
being safe.
Safety is imaginary. No such thing.
Yet Mr. Safety's Imaginary wants to go with the fatties.
I have to point out that a bunch of serfs trying to break into the small arms bunker would probably not be looked upon with gentle eyes. So I'm not sure how safe it is.
Perhaps, again, I'd say we go with the fatties, and who knows, maybe we see get something.
You don't know
Well-
if they are going to die on this expedition. If you're so sure, maybe they will drop their gear.
What makes you think they're gonna die?
No, I'm asking.
Accidents
Oh,
happen.
they're talking to me. I
Death
was like,
World.
what?
I was talking to the Miss Death
They're
World. If
walking
they are going to
on
die.
a game trail. Game trails are where predators hunt. We have not seen any food sources for any type of actual animals here, meaning the predators are going to hunt the nearest game, which is us.
Well, then why don't we stay in the camp?
Which is why
Be-
you tripped the fatty.
Because there's no real cover here. There's a bunch of cloths. Have
Yeah, but
you
if we
ever
get a-
seen
if-
a Grox attack somebody?
No, but what if we get arrested
What
and we're
about a
handcuffed in a
salamander?
jail?
Arrested, I think something more aligned to execution would happen.
Yeah, even if we don't get executed, we'll get handcuffed, thrown in jail, and let's say something bad does happen. Now we're stuck in a jail while chaos and anarchy's reigning in the camp.
Let's
Yeah,
put
also
it like
chaos.
this. You know for a fact that you wouldn't be jailed, because servants
Alright.
are not fucking worth the space.
We'll be executed outright.
Hear me out on this. This is my plan. I'm going to go into that ammo bunker after the nobles all die and every single guardsman runs for their life.
Well, yeah, maybe when the chaos happens, but not before.
That's why I need you to distract two of the guardsmen so I can get up and get ready for it. Because I will only have a few moments to get into that building.
You clearly are mad, or I've missed something big.
Yeah, I'm not quite seeing this.
The biggest thing that you're missing is we're on a game trail. We're being hunted.
I tried to laugh it off, and well,
Yeah, I
Any
go
of
and
these
take
game
Nerf's
trails.
arm and sort of walk away sort of, from the crazy lady.
I'm going on a hunt. The Emperor will protect me.
The Emperor's my
So
shield.
I guess the three of us will leave the crazy lady be.
Let's just hold hands and skip.
No, let's
touch
not.
Damn, it was worth a shot.
You can grab my hand.
I'm not gonna try that. I'm not gonna...
If all three of them start walking away, I'm going to slowly follow them reluctantly.
Is your head
Okay.
downcast a little?
No, I'm going to sneak behind you guys.
Just don't poke me in the side.
Alright, well, if the whole attack upon the ammo bunker has been dismissed as a somewhat rash idea, which it might be, what's next? You gonna try and sneak into one of the groups going out, or hang around the camp, try to find more information, or what?
Try to
I'd
get
try
into the
a
group.
fellowship test to try to convince them that we are necessary for some reason.
I'm a Death Worlder.
Death Worlder. That's a fair point.
Can I
You've
do
got
that?
a good selling point.
Try to convince them that or our group is necessary, or would be.
Yeah, that sounds actually like a good idea to me.
Yeah, you could just wander up to them and try and concoct a reason why you should tag along.
We could carry whatever that game they catch.
I'm gonna do that.
Okay, and what are you telling them?
Well, we can carry said things and help out like all the other servants, and if something would happen, we are the first ones to be the meat shields. Yeah, that sounds good.
Wait, that's a selling point?
Voluntarily meat shields. That sounds great, doesn't it?
Well, I mean, nobody normally volunteers for that. Sounds a little suspicious to me, but okay.
Okay. Well, the guy you're talking to is one of the LARPing crew members, and he just kind of shrugs his shoulders and like, "Be my guest," and he points at 4 big fat bags, these rough spun bags, and he goes, "Here, carry those around."
Sure.
I am not
Well,
carrying
look at the
any
bag.
of these.
I'm carrying it. I'm gonna be a trooper.
What's
Hopefully
in the
not
bag?
What's in the bag? Take a peek.
Do not look at the bags.
Take
Here's
a
the
peek in
bag.
the bag.
Oh god.
Right? Well, you open the bag, and there's a, well, what you think is a pig. It's just the carcass of a pig.
It's baked.
That guy gets up. Well, that's a surprise.
Oh no, it's dead.
I'm gonna go along with this and take this bag. And I have an idea.
Oh gosh.
Right.
Are
As
we
you pick
in
up the
woods
bags...
just yet?
No, you're still in the camp. As you pick up the bags, the LARPing crew member is just like, "Okay, carry those along. Once the knobs get a decent distance out of the camps, we'll fucking run off into the bushes, we'll drop these around, and then we'll have them fire off their little ass crackers into the distance. And they'll have themselves a pig, okay?"
Sounds good.
Sounds reasonable.
You guys are literally setting up dead animals for every single predator to come and eat.
That's
I'm not
the
eating.
idea.
So we
Well,
drop them off real
I'm
quick.
just gonna agree with her that that's the idea, and I'm going to get a sinister smile on my face.
My god.
What kind
You're
of lore
essentially
would I-
expected to set up what the great hunters are supposed to kill, basically.
I like how you use the word great hunters. Irony is beautiful.
Is there
And
any
this is how
specific
we're all
lore I
gonna
could
die.
have to know anything about this particular planet?
What do you have?
Imperium, Imperial Creed, and War. Common lore.
You could probably use common lore Imperium, yeah.
What are you using that for?
Just general knowledge about this planet. What can
General information.
uh,
Yeah, go ahead.
just a D100? Sure.
Come on.
Yeah, okay, so you know a few things. First and foremost, you know the planet has been restricted by Imperial authorities. You don't know exactly why. It's not a quarantine zone, it's not under Imperial Navy blockade or anything. But it's been restricted for quite a while, which is why the knobs are over here, because it's a dangerous planet, yet nobody's bothered to actually, shield it from the rest of the Imperium for some reason. You also know the general rumors. Basically, people have been talking about the planet being a habitat of all kinds of monsters and ghouls and stuff. Proper fucking fairy tale shit, like, vampires and undead and crazy stuff, essentially.
This is all true.
Is it?
Have
Well,
you seen the Death World?
It's not a death
Find out.
world, it's a the
I try to
primary
explain some of this to the rest of the group, at least.
Oh yeah, like you're explaining as I'm telling, so to say, but yeah. It's not a death world. It's just a normal imperial world. It used to be primarily an agricultural world that dealt with the export of foodstuff and lumber. It's never been the site of any invasions. It has a remarkably boring history, really, as far as the 40k goes.
Then don't you think it's due for one?
It might be.
One way to find out. And
Are
I'll
you
happily
gonna be
grab
the
my bag.
cause of chaos on this world?
Yes, who said chaos?
On a serious note, though, I do want to actually search for, like, a makeshift stick or something to use as some type of weapon.
Well, just keep your eyes peeled. I'm sure you can probably find one on the walk for perception.
Yeah,
yeah.
that's the idea.
I mean, you can literally just pick up a stick.
Yeah.
If something actually comes, I'll be sure to get rid of it. Don't worry.
Yeah, right.
I don't
Just throw it.
do anything. I don't do anything to convince you or anything. I just say it with utmost certainty.
The one who literally has a dead pig on their back, bleeding on them.
No, I don't have any pigs.
No,
No,
it's
no.
not bleeding. It's
I don't
been
feel
dead
bleeding.
for a very long time. In fact, you're pretty sure it's been refrigerated up until recently.
Oh my god. They just took it out of the refrigerator for this event. Talk about makeshift.
The nobles don't know any better. They've never seen a pig in their fucking lives.
They're cold-blooded creatures.
Wait, they've never seen pigs, so they'll be like, "Wow, we slayed a demon."
Yeah,
Well,
They've ever seen
pretty
is in the
much.
mirror.
It's a pink horror. Oh my god.
In all fairness, they wouldn't know the name of demons or even the word demon. But yes.
Yeah, no, these are hardcore, spoiled imperial upper hive nobles. The only thing they know about a pig is that it's made out of pork.
And
Oh, yeah,
bacon
sure they're
and
accustomed to.
magic.
They conquer pigs every night with a fork and a knife.
They do.
Some nice juicy bacon.
But yeah, the groups wanders off. There's one guide that leads the group, constantly spouting all kinds of nonsense. The guide in your group, for example, tells the nobles about vicious killer animals out there that are small, fat, and have stunted noses. It reminds you of something obvious, obviously. And there's one guide at the back who's basically walking along with you. He's the guy who's going to be giving you instructions on when to run off and place the demons.
The demons.
And then there's two naval armsmen that are hanging way back so as to not disturb the nobles in their adventures.
I want to ask the back guard that's with us what the guards themselves in the back are protecting us from.
Okay. Well, you can do that.
I'm highly paranoid. Damn,
Well, you wander off to him and you slobber all over yourself in the a desperate attempt to speak to this man.
I'm
He
also
doesn't
shy.
appear overly charmed. No, he doesn't know anything more. Like, they're just here for general protection. It's more so to protect the nobles from other nobles than anything, because the nobles have been handed live weapons. Granted, they're underpowered las rifles. Like, they could severely burn a human, but they're not going to kill anyone. The armsmen are primarily there to keep the nobles from shooting at each other.
Well, handy.
They're basically babysitters.
Protecting them from themselves, really.
All right.
Continue on.
Right,
I'm
well,
watchful.
it's getting a fair bit darker now. The armsmen have gotten themselves out a couple of low-powered flashlights, and the guides are holding aloft torches, while constantly they stop like every 10 meters, then bend over to the ground, sniff the ground and do full-on tracker stuff, while the nobles stand around oohing and ahhing.
I'm just going to shake my head at all of them.
Eventually, the guy to the rear comes over to you, Kyle, and alright, it's time. Run over into the bushes over 30, 40 meters over yonder. He points off into the woods. And
Right.
dump off the pig. Then rustle the bushes and then just run back here as fast as you fucking can.
All right. I'll get right on that. I'll proceed to run to said 40 meters or so.
Right. You dump the carcass off your shoulders.
Jostle the bushes a bit. Give him a good old shaking.
Okay. Roll an agility test for me.
God damn it, if I fall face first, I'm going to be a little bit sad about this. Just a little bit.
37. Oh, good enough. This is not a particularly hard thing to do.
I would hope not. I would really hope not.
Shaking a bush.
You rustle the bushes around you a bit. You know, you run back and forth, rustling a bunch of bushes while keeping low so as to not be seen. And then you run off while the guide at the front, all fucking Last Mohican style, goes like, "Wait! I hear something!" and points over into the bushes and go like, "There! The beast!" And the nobles all just in a rabble just start blasting loose into the middle distance.
A bunch of savages. Oh god.
Are we walking around with a group of orcs?
I just picture a bunch of fat guys just like freaking out. Firing from the hip.
Yeah, no, none of them do anything so advanced as aiming. They're pretty much all just spraying the local area. Some of the shots even get close to the area where you were rustling the bushes.
Oh my god, they're not even hitting it.
After about a solid 40 seconds of light fire and noise, the nobles either run out of ammo or stop firing.
Click, click, click.
And the hunter goes off to inspect his prey, finds the dead pig, and then holds it up and goes like, "Look! The monster!" And everyone's really excited about this, clapping and going, "Ah ha ha." You can't help but notice that before he lifted up the monster, there was a few dampened flashes over in the bushes, and there's 3 scorch marks on the pig now.
Oh my.
Fired on it afterwards.
Okay.
Everyone is super happy now. They're just gathering, all of the nobles are gathering around the dead pig, you know, petting it and going, "Ah," feeling really fucking good about themselves. Meanwhile,
I'll look into the crowd. Can I pick out the fattest, laziest one in there?
yes, the noble you saw in the camp is still there, and he's still being borne up aloft on his sofa. He did not deign
Wait,
to
does he
get
have
off
that-
the sofa.
Does he have that hat?
God damn.
Yes, he still has
I'm
that.
gonna try to steal the hat.
Oh, why?
Oh my goodness.
It's probably going to be very, very, very difficult to steal the hat.
I'm gonna... damn it, how do I do this? Because I kind of want to tell the serfs, like, hey, sucks to be him, I'm gonna steal his hat. But I don't want to at the same time. I'm gonna wait for my opportune moment to steal that hat.
Just make sure you can get away with it and no one finds it.
No, I'm gonna put it on the psyker.
Oh my god. Black, you're framing. You're framing him.
I don't trust
Right.
those psychers.
It
You
has
don't know I'm a
gotten
fighter.
really, really dark at this point. The guide near the back goes back to you, Carl, and goes like, "Yeah, good job. We'll probably only put out one more and we'll head back. And Captain called us over the radio. We'll probably have the shuttles down in a while so the fatties can be done with it. We've just been fucking walking in circles for the last half an hour anyways."
Right, man. Sooner we're done with these fat bastards, the better.
He nods to you and he wanders off. While before he leaves, he orders you to go and fetch the pig again, of course.
Wink, wink. Righto, I'll get
Can't
Can't
to
waste it.
Alright, give me some perception tests so I can see how blind you all are.
Well, I can see quite well. I mean,
No, you can't.
I'm good.
Kids can't even find the fucking pig.
Where do you guys put it in?
Ow! You placed it.
I forget. I'm a bit forgetful.
Right, well,
It's right
Alexis
there.
knows what's happening, and the resident psyker also has a relatively good idea of what's going on. Well, it looks fairly normal. You're in the middle of a forest. Light rain has started drizzling down, but the thick trees are covering pretty much all of it, so you're barely getting wet. The fat nobles continue to make a fuck ton of noise as they wander through the forest, breaking every branch that they can get their fucking hands on, generally huffing and puffing.
This is adorable.
Even the fat noble on the couch is breathing heavily from all of the excitement.
Oh my god. This is quite an adventure.
I'm gonna hit the psyker, the scrawny guy on the shoulder. Hey, we should keep towards the back of the group. These guys are making a lot of noise. If anything jumps out, it's gonna hit them first.
They are making a lot of
I
noise.
do agree. This does seem
I'm gonna keep it
somehow. I don't trust
Also,
this.
the smell is getting to me.
Yes, there's quite a pungent aroma produced by 12, 14 odd nobles all sweating in their breeches.
Average American size.
Oh, worse.
My god.
What?
However, Alexis, you do notice something else. Having been brought up in a death world, you have a bit more of an understanding of forests than most people. And off into the distance, you can't quite tell what it is, but you do know that there is something out there. Presumably animals. And for the last few minutes, you've been picking up minor traces, like broken branches off to the side of the path that is currently being cleared by the fat people. Clear signs that there is some form of animals around, but you haven't been able to find any tracks or spores of any real type yet to give you a good indication of what is out there.
Well,
But the simple fact that you haven't seen them tells you that they probably have been avoiding you.
or that there's predators nearby.
I see
Anyway,
that
I'm
you
gonna
actually
inform
tell
everybody about
us.
this.
You're actually... So we're made aware, I presume?
Yes, you are.
Well, I'm
Excellent.
always kind of paranoid about disturbances about warp and everything, so I might use that psycho whatever ability again. Technisms? Yeah, that one.
Do you do anything physically when you use your powers?
You just see me concentrating really, really hard.
So he's thinking real hard.
Yeah.
He's probably constipated.
That happens.
the smell's getting to him.
Yeah.
55. Well, you're constantly having to move along, and it's pretty hard to concentrate while carrying a dead pig on your shoulders and etc.
Yeah.
So you can't really pick out anything that you would see as psychic disturbance at the moment.
No demons or absence of demons.
No.
I don't
Now that
assume-
you've left the camp, however, you do get more of a lay of the land. And you too definitely know that there's some things out there. Like, you detect some minor presences of mines. Simple things, squirrels, fat birds, cuckoo cows.
Okay.
General shit. You have a very, very vague impression of something else. Probably a predator of some sort. Maybe a wolf or something. You can't quite make it out. It's like a hazy, misty image way off in the distance.
Well, I don't pay that much attention, but I'm wary of it.
Right, you continue on for a while longer, basking in the glory of the great hunters, when the railroad guide comes back and addresses you, Alexis, and orders you to wander off into the bushes and place the next pig.
I'm gonna say no.
He looks at you and goes, "Oh, you mean no?"
I'm just trying to intimidate him.
You can try to intimidate him. He's the one with 2 naval armsmen at his beck and call.
Nope.
Shouldn't have done it, damn it.
I
He
don't have
just
one of the
snares at
pigs.
you.
Send one of those guys to do it.
No, now you've annoyed him. I was like, no, you're gonna go fucking do it.
Just
How
do
do I
it.
piss off this guy some more?
Instigator. Instigator.
I'm gonna check the area really quickly to make sure that there's nothing you know, immediately out there.
Yeah, we can just use your last test for that. So, yeah, it's the exact same as previously. You know there's some kind of animal activity out there, but you can't quite pinpoint what or even if anything is nearby at the moment.
Alright, so yeah, I'll go and do it, I guess. Jerk.
Alright, well, you two wander off into the bushes with a dead pig. You drop it down on the ground and you rustle around a bit, so quick agility test.
Boop. God damn it. My character is apparently fucking retarded.
It wasn't my angle this time. Flashbacks.
Gonna get shot in the fucking ass by normal.
Right. Well, you jump the pig and you run around a bit, bashing some bushes around. You're not doing a particularly good job of it. Kyle, the bush basher, was certainly better at this.
I'm an expert.
You get noticed a couple times by the guides, but he's playing along and just like pointing around to other directions while you're finishing up. Before finally, again, just pointing in your direction, you're like, there! And once again, the cascade of light and noise fires off into the middle distance. Most of it hitting the general area in which you were bashing bushes this time. The hunters have clearly improved their aim since last time.
Good.
You don't get shot, however, so that's good for you.
Alright, I'm okay with that.
You do, however, noting something else. While you're lying on the ground, desperately holding your head down as last fire flashes over you by the thousands, you stare off into the distance, and you see a dog? A hound, perhaps. It's vaguely shaped like a canine creature, but it's big.
Oh, shit.
It does, and what's stranger, being a Death Worlder, you know how most animals tend to behave. You know that most canine animals like this tend to be pack animals, and tend to be afraid of humans, if not in large packs, and they're certainly not going to attack an adult human. And they're definitely afraid of light, fire, and lots of fucking sound, yet this thing doesn't seem to be reacting at all.
Okay, I'm definitely gonna make a note of this. Oh,
How close is it?
It's a fair bit distance. It's dark outside now, to the point where outside of the light cone of the torches, you can only see a few meters, 10 at the most maybe. This thing is a little bit further. You can see it because the reflection of all of the light of the las blasts are bouncing off its eyes. Yes, it is looking directly at you.
well, shit. What do? I'm gonna keep down for a minute until the las blasts stop, and then I'm gonna get up and inform everybody.
Alright. The las bolts stop flying overhead, and as the light disappears, you can no longer see the creature either.
Alright, do I have a general understanding of how big it was?
It would reach you about up to your pelvic region.
It's a big fucking wolf. Alright, I am gonna inform everybody about this.
Are you going to try and tell the guides or anything, or just the party?
Just our party.
Okay. Well, you have all been made aware.
I'm gonna drop back and tell our quote-unquote boss. You may want to have the guards be on guard.
Is there some
That's
way
not a good idea.
I'm picking up a stick.
sense where it is right now, or try to sense it?
Unlikely. It's probably the animal you sensed earlier.
Yeah.
My God.
But yeah, Meowzilla, you goes up to the guide, and you basically tell him to be on guard, I presume.
Yes, that there is some large wolf-like creature stalking us or following us.
He looks at you somewhat quizzically, unbelieving, like, wolf? This fucking planet? You gotta be fucking kidding me. Don't shit your britches now, we're on the way back anyways. He doesn't seem to be taking you entirely seriously.
What about the 2 armsmen?
You can try and convince them. Fellowship test.
Ugh. Talk to one
God
of them.
Emperor's with you.
God Emperor has abandoned me.
No hit. No. What about thine fate, winky face?
You know, they seem to have more or less the same impression of everything as the guide does.
Fucking Christ, my fellowship was fucking 17. The fuck was I doing?
Oh my God, 17.
Yes. That is a level of failure that would normally get your ass fucking shot. Just like, you called my mother what?
Whoa. Escalated a bit.
But yeah, no. The party just continues on again. The fat nobles have collected yet another carcass, but the guide is clearly not interested in going on with another hunt. And you start moving back towards the camp.
I'm keeping eyes on my fat noble.
I'm gonna keep my eyes on the forest. Try to sense it or just see it with my bare eyes.
I'll be alert. Can I pick up
As
a stick
you're,
by chance?
Yes, there's... You can just pick up a fucking stick off the
I'm
ground.
picking up 2 then, if that's...
Okay, you are now carrying 2 sticks. Congratulations.
Thanks.
I'm gonna steal one of his sticks.
Oh, well, I'll just pick up another one.
Right, you continue walking back towards the camp. You can see the lights off in the distance, and you enter the camp with no further problems. You haven't seen any of the animals again. There seems to be 2 parties that have returned along with you out of an original 6 that set out, so 3 must still be out there.
They're dead.
Such a pessimist, darn it.
I'm gonna tell the group that too. It's like, they're dead.
They're dead?
Well, I didn't really care about any of them, so, you know.
No, that's a bad thing. We're not worth coming down to the planet to save.
Logic.
That's not good, is it?
The captain is back on the podium, and he's addressing the returning nobles and assuring them that the shuttle will be down any minute now, and that the rest will be returning. In fact, another group just returned out of the forest just now.
Zombies.
No, they appear to be the fat nobles that set off in the first place.
Zombies? Well, yeah, that changed.
So there's still nobles out there, right?
Yeah, 2 groups.
Would there be some way for us to go out there and try to be heroic, I wonder?
We could save the day and bring honor to our names.
Yeah.
You could totally wander off into the forest, yes. That's
I wouldn't want to do
That's
that
a
myself.
In the night is not a good idea.
Look, if
Well-
they need help, they can call really loud, okay?
We might get some prestige for this, you know?
Oh, yeah,
Possible.
He's really selling me on the prestige thing, though, guys.
I am.
I'm a
Much
bit
sure
of
of
a-
myself.
I'm a bit of a sucker for honor and shit.
You could totally wander off into the forest by yourselves. That is an option.
However,
And I will take this moment to begin carving a tombstone for you. And below your name, it'll say, for honor and shit.
trademark.
Well, unless we're going together, I'm not gonna wander off by myself. That
Wait, you
would
were
be
actually...
stupid.
Wait, were you
Actually-
serious?
Yep, I was serious.
I have a legit
Actually
idea.
serious.
All right.
I'm gonna walk up to one of the guard/famous hunters.
Yeah.
Can I
Okay.
use one of your guns to go and save the other nobles? To go and find them?
Wait, back up, stop this line,
What?
this crazy line of thought is bringing back memories when I first did this. All right, so what makes you think they're in danger, and what makes you think that they think they're in danger? And how do you pose that you're going to convince them that they are said in danger? I'm
There was
just
a
curious.
Large animal sensed by most of my squad.
Most of my we're a squad now? We're just a bunch of serfs.
Whatever,
A
we're a
large
squad.
animal.
Shut up and listen.
Note that you decline to share the information with the authorities in current power.
Well, at least if you got a
I'm
plan, I
talking
mean,
to
go
the
for
one
it.
guy that we were with that you told.
Hmm.
It was Meow Meow who told him.
Yeah, he didn't believe me.
I mean,
Well, I'm still
you
gonna
could try
tell him
persuading
again.
him. Yeah, go for it.
Anyway,
Nerf.
Yeah.
This is where your psychic power pays off.
Does it? How?
You are psychically sensitive to bad shit.
That's good.
The vague presence you felt off in the distance has become stronger. It makes you're all standing near the edge of the camp now, essentially trying to talk the great hunters, hunter guider, into giving away his weapon to a bunch of serfs.
I'm a Death Worlder. I got this.
You turn out into the forest, and you try to concentrate on what's out there. And you find about a dozen people, probably.
Okay.
Excited people, scared people. They're coming towards you quickly. You can just barely see bobbing lights in the forest now. It looks like torches. They're moving very fast, running people, you assume.
That is unusual because most of the time they were just walking, right?
Yes, it would require something quite remarkable to get these piles of meat and flesh to run.
Run, yeah.
Sorry, it's too adorable.
When I noticed this, I tried to tell the group and definitely informed that guardsman or hunter wannabe.
Right. He also just looks at you and is like,
I actually
turns around.
convince him by the authority bestowed upon me with my ancestral seal as well. Try to actually use a fellowship test to convince him that there's actual danger or
Well,
something.
you don't really need to
weird going
convince
on.
him. You basically just need to point to the bobbing lights in the forest and go like, look.
Yeah,
Look,
that's how I convince him.
use your eyes, damn it.
Look over there, they're running.
But yeah, he looks over into the forest and sees the light, and he's also like, what the fuck? And he gets on the comm bead in his ear, and he's like, Captain, we've got one of the groups returning. And he silenced for a second, and like, yeah, I know, but they're fucking running. Incredulous silence for a full solid 5 seconds. No, I mean they're fucking running. He's basically talking to some voice you can't hear now.
Okay.
Alright then. He waves over a couple of guardsmen, tells you to fucking stay here. Then he goes out into the darkness as well, towards the lights. The lights have disappeared now.
Unsettling.
Well, shit.
Call to the guardsmen, tell them to come back.
Guys, I told you this was gonna happen.
Okay, you're gonna try and make them stop. Fellowship roll.
Oh, God, have mercy. Emperor protects. It doesn't.
They fucking ignore you. They just go off into the forest.
Am I the only one who's concerned about their safety?
I'm gonna
Guardsman?
try to intimidate them to stop them. I can't use my fellowship. It's shit. I'm just gonna yell at them and call them stupid.
Well, it's better than nothing, I suppose.
Okay, try it. You better roll a fucking critical.
Come on.
What? No, I have intimidate.
Yeah, I know, but you're basically trying to make them stop by calling them idiots.
Hey, shitheads.
They don't have a whole lot of reason to.
No, damn it.
Yeah, no, they ignore you as well.
I just want to save somebody.
I'm gonna go running with them.
What the fuck?
Are you going to run off into the forest?
I really want to, but I'm gonna stop right at the edge.
What? You're gonna go
All
up
right.
to the edge?
Well, are there any other guards
And I'm gonna
here?
ready my
Or
stick.
More armed guards?
Well, there's some armsmen off in the distance, but there's no one nearby.
So the lights keep going out one after the other, and
Yeah, the lights from the original group are now all gone. You can
All
see
gone.
some. You can. That's odd.
What?
Kyle, roll an agility test for me.
Fuck me with a rusty spoon. I succeed.
One of the flashlights that you'd been seeing walking off into the distance is spinning through the air.
Oh, can I catch it?
You can try. You reach up your hand to try and catch the goddamn light.
Catch it.
No,
Badass
it'll be
is
a
more
chunk of
important.
dead body. I don't want
But before you really have a chance to do that,
Oh god.
something else comes hurtling out of the forest towards you. You notice it at the last second and fling yourself out of the way.
Oh fuck.
The object smacks into a tent right behind you and collapses the whole thing.
Damn.
Fuck. What is it? Can I look at it? Or is it covered in tent bits?
Yeah, I'm gonna jump backwards from the forest and move towards the middle of the camp. Fuck this shit.
Well, Kyle, you go over to the tent, you start dragging a crab over the flaps, and you see what collapsed the tent.
Yeah? And what is it?
It's a guardsman torso.
Fuck.
Damn.
I'm gonna steal the flak jacket.
Look, I'm in the middle of being in a
If an
shock right
armed
now.
guardsman gets chopped in half, that doesn't bode well for us.
That goes
Yeah, I'm gonna
flying.
grab the flak vest.
I'm gonna start screaming for help.
Where are the nobles? Where's
Alright,
my
well.
noble, rather?
Kyle
Bits and
starts
pieces around
screaming.
I'm screaming for the nearest guardsman, damn it. This is bad.
Yeah, your actions have certainly raised a commotion in the camp. There's some people coming over. They don't seem to quite know what's going on. There's also another commotion being raised on the other side of the camp.
Oh god, we're surrounded.
Where's
Yeah.
my noble?
The
Well,
fat noble is in the middle. He's still on his sofa.
Wait,
gonna
does he
take my-
still have his hat?
For
Yes, he
fuck's
still
sake.
has
I
his
tried to
hat.
turn
I'm
to
going
a,
to
I tried to
take
turn
the
to
pig.
Alexis.
I'm going to take the pig out of the bag and throw it in their direction and scream demon.
Oh my god.
Uh,
You sick bastard.
Alexis,
Oh.
this plan you had earlier, it doesn't sound as bad now. You know,
Yeah,
the one with
yeah,
the
I'm gonna
armory.
grab the flak jacket and actually head towards the armory.
Is it time to run towards the armory, is it?
Before you grab the
Yes.
black jacket, Alexis,
I'm
maybe
throwing
check
the
to see if
pig.
he's got a gun on him.
It's half a body that was flying through the air. It does not have a gun.
Rigor
I'm
mortis
It's
is
gonna
fast.
take you.
He's gripping
It's
the
gonna
gun.
take you a pretty solid 10 minutes to get the flak jacket off this guy.
You do not have 10 minutes.
It's in the tangled corpse of what used to be a guardsman's torso.
I'm gonna grab his tags, at least honor his death, and take them with me.
What about the helmet?
Okay. There's no helmet. There's no head either.
What? What an asshole.
Yes, indeed.
God damn. Alright, well, I'm done screaming for help. This
Come
whole
on,
thing
guys.
is lost.
Armory, let's go.
I tried to
What
gather up
What about throwing
everyone.
the pig at
of the party?
into the
Go,
group?
go, let's go. Drop it here.
Yes.
Throwing
Yeah,
the
no,
pig
you-
into the group.
God,
You're just a fat man. You're just a dude who just threw a pig carcass towards the group, just landed flat on the ground in front of them. They seem confused more than anything.
it was a good shot, meow.
I was trying to get them to drop him. Sad
You
face.
start running towards the armory. You can hear shooting now.
Fuck. Run faster.
About halfway to the armory, you again notice something else, Nerf.
Okay.
The presence you felt, it's no longer a nebulous feeling off in the distance. It suddenly coalesces into a very real entity,
Oh,
and it's right in front of you, in the direction of the armory, but you can't tell how far. You don't know if it's between you, or if it's hundreds of meters away. You just know it's there, and it knows you are there.
that's not good. That's not good. I'll try to convince the group, I guess, that the beast, or a beast, is in our direction, the direction we're going.
I ask, how do you know? Smile.
With the powers bestowed upon me.
What powers?
Heresy.
Oh,
How far?
heresy. It could be all the way from just around the tent there to 100 meters or so, or even further.
big?
But how big? Well, it's from the description you said earlier. I'm guessing something like that kind of dog.
You don't know how big, but Basically, this thing has triggered the animal reaction in you. Like, you know it's dangerous, and you know you should be afraid of it.
Okay. That's not good. We should probably be a bit more wary of how we approach this area. Maybe actually...
While you're discussing, the shooting is intensifying. The fat nobles are panicking now. The various crew members around you also have started running around. It's no longer directed labor and efforts. They're clearly panicking as well.
I say we make
a lot of people running and screaming.
We have to get to the armory.
Yeah.
We need a weapon.
We have to get there, but we need to be prepared for danger.
I have an
That
idea.
can kill us will probably be...
Shoot that idea.
What is the idea?
Rile the fat nobles up and get them to charge toward the armory. Let it pick them off and we go in.
My God.
You're gonna have a hard time doing that.
They're panicked fat people that are nobles, and
Tell them that they need to get a gun.
oh my God.
They wouldn't...
Actually,
they
it's
actually
not a bad
have
idea.
guns.
They can run
Don't
they
they?
can run a distraction. If one of us leaves and 3 of us go towards the armory, we can actually probably do this.
Aren't the nobles already armed? At least the ones that were on the expedition.
With very weak flashlights, if they still have them on them.
Yeah, but enough
You could
concentrated
try and
fire,
run
even
back.
from Las blasters, will do something.
You could try and run back to the group of nobles and try and rally them. You could try that.
I mean, we
We're
could
too
try to
far
use the
away from
fear.
them.
I'd say let's keep the
here.
progress we've made and keep going. And one of us, like said, with Alexa's plan, act as a
Is there a
said
torch
distraction.
around here? Can I grab one of the torches that's sitting around the camp?
No, you'll give away
You
our
can.
position.
The whole camp is lit up, though.
It's floodlights all over the place.
Yes,
Yes.
but we can use the shadows to hide ourselves.
What? Are there shadows, Arch?
Not much, no. In fact, there's getting to be ever less as the camp is starting to take fire. You can see several tents on fire now, and the fire is spreading.
Guys, we
Okay.
don't have time to stand around.
Yep,
Charge.
let's go.
Yeah, we need to go. We need to move,
Run
but
for it,
we-
everybody.
No,
Every
don't do
man
a
for
charge.
himself.
Just run.
don't charge.
Just run.
Alright. You're running towards the armory.
Yes.
You can see the command structure off in the distance. It seems to still be operational. The antennas on the roof are swirling around and doing shit that you assume means it's still being occupied. A bunch of panicked people are running past you now, and you continue heading towards the armory. Once you get near to it, you can see the entranceway that Mauzilla tried to get in earlier, and you can see the armsman. He's no longer sitting down. He's lying down on the ground, and in the illumination provided by multiple tents on fire nearby, you can see quite clearly that he's dead by the expanding pool of blood seeping out of his throat.
Not good.
Grab the gun. Grab the
That's
gun,
everyone.
check his pockets for ammo. Everybody else.
Perception of the area before running in there.
Yeah, let's actually take a
Let's
look
know where
around
we're
the
going.
area and see where that
So,
danger
yeah.
came from.
I have eyes and I can see.
Stereotypical fashion, just like look up directly above the tent. Which I don't see shit. Click twice, sorry.
That's because you close your eyes. You gotta open them.
Okay. Well, Kyle,
Boss.
you can see what you presume killed the man.
Oh boy.
Just inside the doorway, you see a large shadow moving around inside.
Inside the armory.
Yes.
All right, guys. I'm gonna have to say that Plan A is a failure. Plan B. Perhaps the
Plan
communicate
B.
tension. Well,
Marge,
I'm
did I
gonna.
roll low enough to see if his gun is still laying by him?
It is. The opening to the armory is about 20 meters away, roughly. And
I'm gonna
you can
dash
see
for
the
it.
shotgun lying in the pool of blood.
Don't do it, Ego. Don't
Yeah,
do it.
I'm gonna run for it.
God damn it.
got this.
Okay.
With a stick.
I got
Okie
this.
Okie dokie.
No, she doesn't even have a stick, I believe.
No, I did have a stick. I
She
stole
nicked
it
my
from-
second stick.
You have a stick.
Yes.
It's a stick.
I don't think that's gonna help very much, but hey, you're welcome to try.
Right. Are you just dashing towards it?
Yep, that's the entire idea. Well, keeping sort of a distance away from the door, so I'm doing like a bullhorn to it.
It's okay. Yeah, you can try that.
Yeah.
Right. You're running towards it. You get to it, and you lean down to pick it out of the pool of blood when something hits you hard from the side.
Dodge.
You can try.
I do have dodge.
Do it, roll. You boy.
Let's see, what's your stats?
Uh-oh, Archer's getting excited.
30?
Damn it, I'm
Yeah.
How many broken ribs is it?
No broken ribs. No broken ribs. But not good enough to get out of the way of this.
Oh, fuck.
The rest of you just see it as it leaps out of the doorway. It's a large wolf-like creature that bowels her over and bites a large chunk out of your side.
Fuck.
Ow. Ouch, kabibbles.
Can I actually attack it with my
Can we hit it with the sticks?
psychic scream? Am I close enough?
Yeah, you can try and just push it away, basically.
The psychic scream is the damage and stun ability. Or I didn't have telekinesis anymore, so I have thought sending and mind probe and psychic scream, that kind of thing. Let's see.
Scream like a little girl.
I think I have a macro here.
You and your silly macros.
Yeah, but I think I have to do a willpower test, so focus first.
Boy.
And then roll damage.
Hey.
I do a... not an unfettered one, or the middle one, whatever it was called. So I think I have to roll on a table as well. If I do that,
God, he's using warp powers.
I'm using war powers. I am.
Heresy.
Whatever, save me. I don't want to be kibbles and bits.
Give us some bits.
There's a post. Let's see. There is an opposed check on the from that beast. It ignores armor. They must pass a toughness test with a penalty of 5 times the psyker's effective rating. So 10. Penalty of 10, or be stunned for 1 round plus a number of additional rounds equal to his degrees of failure.
Yep.
Let's see.
Please stun the damn thing.
I think I have to roll on the table though. And that's not a good roll. Pretty sure I have to. I just have to check.
Oh
The things
God.
that can happen.
Is that a...
That is what you think it is, yeah.
Wait, that
Yeah.
picture.
Jesus Christ, you like fucking ripping a goddamn warp rift open.
Yeah, no, that is a...
It's a terror of the warp, isn't it? Or whatever.
Oh fuck, you're gonna summon another demon to eat me.
Well, no, you're just doing it. This is unfettered, right?
I did say the middle one, so I
Yes,
think I have to roll.
unfettered. You don't have to roll because you didn't roll a double. You
Okay.
you've hit and done everything you're supposed to.
Okay, that's good then. Okay.
Right. No, you stride forward.
Yep.
And you let loose a psychic screech. A shockwave of sound fires out and smashes into the giant wolf creature and sends it flying back into the armory.
That's good.
Alexis,
Yes.
You have taken 12 points of damage.
Holy shit. Yeah,
I
okay.
would advise not getting hit for a while.
Does it look like it's stunned?
Well, you can hear a massive crash. You basically threw the thing back inside the armory. So it's probably not doing too well, but...
Let's just go.
Arch, can I actually stand at this point?
Yes, you're not in critical yet. You are
All
one
right, I'm gonna
away
still
from
grab the
critical.
gun.
Okay, you can try and get up and bend over and
Although-
try and pick up the gun again.
Bend over. Wait, isn't she laying down though?
Yeah, but she
why don't I
got
just
knocked
grab
away
it
from
as
the
I
gun.
get up?
Yeah, why didn't she just roll over and grab? Because I know what Arch is doing. Arch is like, he got a side wound. When she bends over, she'll be like, my organs and shit.
Well, we
No,
won't be able to
basically,
run away from
The
this beast.
thing that smashed into you knocked you away from the gun again.
Oh,
If you
okay,
want
okay,
to try
okay.
and make another grab for the gun, you're going to have to get up and move back towards the armory again.
Don't
It
risk
might
it.
be stunned. You don't know. That's the problem.
Don't risk it, Ego. We need you to stay alive, damn it. Don't die
Yeah,
in the first one.
I'm gonna kind of hold myself together and lick my wounds on this one.
We'll get it next time. The gun will still be there.
Well,
You never know.
my thought process is that we need to kill this beast in order to get more weaponry and in order to defend ourselves.
I would say get to the communication thing so we can scream into the radio and go, please save us. But, you know.
Hell.
Well, I can yell again at this beast at some point.
It's some...
Right. Well, as your little drama has been carrying out, the lights around the camp are all going out. The floodlines have started to collapse. They've been knocked over.
Get to the
At the
bunker.
moment, the only thing that's providing illumination is a chain of floodlights directly behind you and the various torches around. The bunker itself is still presumably operational. On the other hand, that's in the direction where all of the lights are going out.
We need to get to the communication bunker.
Check the command tent. Yes.
We have to inform them what's going on down here.
They know.
At this point, I'm gonna put my arm around
I
somebody
too don't.
and have them carry me because I am dying.
If I'm carrying her, I won't be able to actually defend you guys, so somebody else carry her.
Yeah, she can walk just fine. She's not in critical.
Oh, okay. So I'm just gonna
She's
hold myself
just
together.
very
and
close.
Just don't get in critical.
I'm gonna stay in between all of you. Just
That's
Yeah.
reasonable. I'll take point then.
I'm still gonna carry my stick though.
I've got to wait a minute. Meow meow. You're good with hitting things with sticks, right?
Damn, I was gonna say, it's like one of the
So am
tentacles
I.
much steadier.
Well, you're not allowed to go front, so I'm gonna say meow
much
meow.
steadier than a stick.
Look at this fine, elegant stick I've acquired. You
It's
should-
still just going to be a stick. It's not going to be very effective.
No, the stick is chosen. Use it. Use it with
I'll
pride.
take said stick then.
I would attack the beast again, though, Arch, if it seems
Let's
to be
just
alive.
go to the command center before, so we get penalized for sitting here too long.
The command bunker.
And
Run.
look at the shotgun sitting over there.
Run, just run. Push Ego, but gently so she don't fall over.
Okay, you start heading back towards the command bunker.
Roger, Roger. What do we see? Perception rolls perhaps would be a good idea now, I think. Can we roll for perception to make sure we don't get jumped?
Well, you can see what you can see, and it's not going to be hard to... It's going to be very hard to miss. The bunker is in front of you. In front of the bunker again, there's a field of carnage.
My God.
There's dozens of the large monstrous creatures currently feasting on the various dead nobles that are scattered around. There are corpses of guardsmen and nobles all over the place. There's limbs and guts strewn across the area. As far as you can tell, the door to the command center itself appears to be closed, but it's hard to tell from this angle.
Well, do we want to stay out here and live forever, mates? Or do we want to bang on that door and hope someone's going to open up?
Bang on the door.
You will
Guys,
not make it to
guys.
the door.
We will not make it to the... That was not a
might be
very
a-
reassuring
This
thing.
might be a very important question.
What?
Are there any guns around?
God, you and your gun
Yes,
obsession's gonna
there's
get...
tons of them lying near the feeding ground of the white monsters.
Let's
Okay,
wait
guys,
until they're done.
we know they're white now, so they have privilege.
They do have privilege because they're currently eating your friends.
No,
They were my
comrades.
friends.
Yeah, they are. We've lived with
Gonna-
these bastards for a while now.
Back away slowly.
We have to-
quietly.
Get away.
Back way and look where you're backing up into. I don't want you stepping on that stick.
Guys, there's...
Again, Nerf, you know
Yep.
the monster, the thing that you're afraid of. It's back towards the ammo bunker. You can't feel anything from what is now directly behind you. You do know there's a lot of bad shit in front of you, and
Yep.
you do know you're gonna have to move fast before they notice you. So,
Well, I try to rally the group in order to...
Guys, I'm gonna let you know this
I do
right
it
now.
quietly, though, of course.
These
Back
guys
away.
will know exactly where we are because I'm bleeding out.
So what do you want me to do? Leave you behind?
No.
sounds like a
Don't-
wonderful idea.
Don't tell me that then, otherwise I'll think about that.
I'm just saying we have to get far enough away. About 200 meters should do.
Look, hopefully these things have a certain amount of gullet. Now, Nerf, what was your plan?
Well, to run in a direction that I don't sense beasts.
Alright, lead the way, man.
I try my best. Find the direction. But
Don't
doesn't
try.
have monsters.
Give me a quick willpower test, just so I know.
Yeah.
Since we're running in random direction, are there any
26.
torches around?
Yes, you can probably grab a torch. It'll make you a nice obvious target.
Oh.
Well,
The blood in the psyker is doing that well enough. I don't think a torch will do any worse.
Do we want to add to the problems? We can always make a torch ourselves later.
very well. I'll take my stick.
You can make your stick into a torch.
Right. Well, Nerfed, you take the lead, and you start running out of the camp into the forest. You're constantly keeping up your psychic scanning at this point to try and find ways out of it. You're trying to keep it as low-key as possible, to the point where you can probably detect the dogs, but you can't be sensed properly by the creature. Whatever is out there, it clearly knows what you are.
That's not
And
good.
if you go too high, you know it will be able to track you.
Okay.
But you're currently running through the woods, trying to get away from it. It doesn't seem to know where you are. It seems confused. It knows you're there, but it's like it can't quite see you.
Pinpointed. Huh?
And whatever the dog-like creatures are, they're too busy eating the cream of the imperial crop to give a shit at the moment.
Well, I just try to lead the group away then, and get us to relative safety.
Yep, you start running away. You get quite a distance from the camp before the whatever it is homes in on you again. It's been noticing how you've been searching. It now knows where you are now, and it's heading towards you at a huge speed, to the point where you don't even know how it's moving this fast. It covers the distance you've made between the camp in what feels like seconds.
That's not good. Well, I guess I stop using my powers if I sense that, or would I? That be stupid.
It would stop it from tracking you at the very least.
Yeah, I stop using it and tell everyone that, well, it's coming fast. Really fast.
Pick up the face, ladies.
Alexis,
Be ready to actually
Yes.
defend yourself.
you notice something else. Appears to be a group of lights in front of you. They look like torches.
Alright.
They're
I'm gonna look-
directly ahead. Probably at least 10 or 12 of them. And you can't quite make out what's holding them.
Alright, so this 10 of... I'm going to tell the group, but I'm
Okay.
also going to tell them that it could be a trap.
Run toward the lights.
Crap.
It could be one of the missing groups.
The Emperor protects. Run toward the lights.
Emperor
If it
Protect
is one of the
by way.
groups, I highly suggest we just run, grab as many weapons as we can, and keep moving while they're confused.
You're gonna try and bowl over the naval guardsmen and steal their shotguns in the night.
Look, we need all the manpower we can get, aka distractions.
Alright, well,
We just need
you
to get to
can
that
run
group.
towards the group. So
Actually,
you're gonna run towards the group.
regardless, yes, I think running towards the group is a good idea.
I'm for it.
You sprint towards the group of torches. When you're about 10-15 meters away, they seem to have noticed you. Something is fired in your general direction.
Ceasefire, I'll yell.
Ceasefire.
It's a flare, it looks like. It's a miniature rocket that zooms past right overhead and explodes a few meters behind you in a brilliant flash of light. You can see a group of what appears to be humans. Big, burly men, most of them. Several of them are carrying torches, several others are carrying long, tube-like things. Maybe they look like some kind of launchers. The apparent leader of the group, a big, burly man, a blonde man, runs out ahead of you and starts yelling excitedly at you. You can't quite make out what he's saying. It's a strange dialect of some sort. But he starts hustling you into the group, and he clearly wants to get the fuck out of here, essentially.
Alright, I'm gonna point to my wound and ask them if they have anything to tend to it. And as waving hand motion of, hey, I need help as possible.
Alright. He gives you a look, he sees the wound, and he waves over two other big burly bastards who easily lift you off the ground and carry you along.
That's fucking sweet. We should have done this years ago.
They're running away now that they've got you. They're yelling they're yelling in something that's it's low gothic of a sort that you can't quite make out. The lead burly man is yelling, "Schnell, schnell!" and making the way off.
Wait, are they running away with just me, or...
We're
All of
running
you.
with, I freaking
running
think
with.
so.
You are running.
Common sense dictates that I would go the hell with those guys that stay
sorry.
there.
No, I just thought, like, two grabbed me and ran off of me, like, just jumped me in the woods. It's like, fuck.
For a little bit of a rape party.
My
These
God.
things happen.
They're bringing all of you along. At several points, the group stops and it fires off more of the flares, primarily behind them. But nothing else happens, and you eventually make it to a forest encampment of sorts. It's got large wooden palisades surrounding it, and you're all ushered inside.
Well, I guess we enter.
Inside.
Yep, you're inside. It's looks like a logging community of sorts. The bunch of small wooden huts gathered together. There's a fuck ton of lights everywhere. There's floodlights all over the place. It's bright as day, despite being the blackest night outside.
Good.
Right.
Okay.
You're in
I'm gonna-
safety now, so I suggest we finish it up there.
Man, this one's getting good.
Yeah, but the session has been lasting for a while now too, so...
Fair enough, fair enough.
Yeah.
Oh, I want to keep going. I was having fun dying.
Well,
Yes, you did get knocked about quite nicely, didn't you?
Yeah.
But that'll give you a
Fighter
chance to
Reflect.
digest what happened and plan what to do next.
Alright, guys, when I make a mad dash for a weapon, tell me no.
You know.
that's what I did
But I
say.
want to
though.
see what happens.
I don't know, I really thought my dodge would have saved me, and it almost did.
Look,
To be fair, your dodge was good, but the thing is, that thing had the surprise on you, and every fucking advantage. You would have to have crits to get out of the way of that thing.
Worth it.
Worth the
But right, thank you guys for playing, and we'll do this again next Sunday.